Around noon on Friday, January 15, we started our almost 24-hour journey from home to Auckland in New Zealand. At the Miami International Airport, where we would catch an Air New Zealand flight operated by United Airlines for the first leg of our trip. Then we were on our way to Houston. The airport in Houston is named after George H. W. Bush, the 41st President of the United States. The site for Bush Intercontinental Airport was originally purchased by a group of Houston businessmen in 1957. The airport opened in 1969 as the Houston Intercontinental Airport and was renamed with its present name in April 1997. At the airport, we enjoyed a nice dinner Texan style.
We appreciate your cooperation while we research on this act.
Around 8:30 in the evening on the 15th, we boarded the Air New Zealand airplane for the 15-hour flight to Auckland. Right before breakfast was served, we enjoyed this beautiful sunrise. We landed as scheduled at 6:40 in the morning Auckland time on January 17. We lost the day crossing the international data line, an amazing experience. Auckland Airport is the largest and busiest airport in New Zealand. It is located 21 kilometers, 13 miles south of Auckland city centre. One of the two statues from the film Lord of the Rings on display at the airport to promote New Zealand to international travelers. The transfer to the Pullman Hotel was uneventful. The hotel is located opposite Albert Park and is a short walk from the Sky Tower revolving restaurant and the Sky City Auckland Casino. The warm, modern room featured harbor views among other amenities. On the way to our Sky Tower experience, we first encountered the Northern Club building that has a long history of association with the Auckland's social elite, having been built in 1867 It was constructed as the Royal Hotel before becoming a gentleman's club 2 years later. Then we enjoyed the walk along Bowen Avenue that divides Albert Park in two. We only took a few pictures of the main part of the park since we intended to officially visit it during our second day in Auckland. It was from the lower part of the park that we got our first glimpse of the Sky Tower and of the Metropolis, one of the nicer looking buildings on the Auckland skyline. Then there was the former Auckland District Court building, still looking wonderful 100 years after construction. And so we finally made it to the city within a city, located in the heart of the economic heart of the Auckland metropolitan area. It is a hub of entertainment with more than 20 restaurants and bars, 2 hotels, a casino, convention center, and of course the Sky Tower. Construction began in 1994. After opening its doors in August 1997, it is one of New Zealand's most loved and well-known icons. We experienced a 360-degree view of Auckland for up to 80 kilometers, and here is what we saw: the West Haven Marina and the Auckland Harbour Bridge. The Auckland Harbour Bridge is an 8-lane box truss motorway bridge over the Waitemata Harbour. The Viaduct Harbour. The Rangitoto Island. Devonport, home of the New Zealand Navy. Ports of Auckland. Britomart, a shopping, dining and nightlife district. Coromandel Peninsula. Albert Park. Auckland's Town Hall. One Tree Hill is a 182-meter volcanic peak and an important Maori historical site surrounded by the largest parkland area in the city. The suburb around the base of the hill is also called One Tree Hill. Then it was time to walk towards St. Patrick's Cathedral for Sunday Mass. The cathedral is on the corner of Federal Street and Windham Street, the original site granted by the Crown to the first bishop on 1 June 1841 to minister to the 300 or 400 mostly Irish Catholics in Auckland in the 1840s. On 23 February 1908, the newly constructed building, the present St. Patrick's Cathedral, was opened in the presence of a capacity congregation of 1,300. Walking along Queen Street on the way to Auckland's waterfront. Queen Street is the major commercial thoroughfare in the Auckland city centre. It starts at Queen's Wharf on the Auckland waterfront adjacent to the Britomart Transport Centre and the downtown ferry terminal and runs uphill for almost 3 kilometers. The Queen's Wharf, built of concrete, is 350 meters long by 85 meters wide and is 3 meters above sea level. Up until 2010, two sheds, built in 1911 and 1914, stood on the wharf. Shed 11 at the far end of the wharf was dismantled in late 2010. This shed was replaced by the Cloud, which was used as a place of congregation for the Rugby World Cup 2011. The ferry terminal is composed of two main elements, with an older yellow Edwardian Baroque building completed in 1912 facing Queen Street and the city side, while the newer wharves and waiting area building, the actual ferry terminal of today, face the Waitemata Harbour. The more contemporary ferry piers and waiting areas were constructed mostly as an open-sided structure with a curved seagull sail roof. The Princess Wharf was opened 12 May 1929. The wharf now contains the renovated overseas passenger terminal, berthing of cruise ships of Ports of Auckland, a Hilton hotel, various restaurants, as well as apartments and office space. The New Zealand Maritime Museum is located on Hobson Wharf, adjacent to the viaduct. It houses exhibitions spanning New Zealand's maritime history, from the first Polynesian explorers and settlers to modern-day triumphs at the America's Cup. Then, after a long, busy day, we stopped at the Neptune Cafe and Bar, located on Princess Wharf, for a bite to eat. After dinner, we had the opportunity to enjoy Auckland's iconic Sky Tower under a different light as we walked towards Kew Street to grab a taxi to take us back to the hotel.